with the training staff called on.
But our guy's going to get back in.
Looks like he's going to be all right. We'll allow Carlos Coronel to put the ball down about 25 yards off his goal line, angled to the left. Right now, Red Bull playing with 10 is Laquinus still being looked at. Coronel to hit it with his right foot. Plays the left sideline. Looks for Tom Barlow. The flick on with Dante Van Zer. Challenging. It's knocked out by Julio Dominguez, the 35-year-old. Laquinus back on. Chance here for Red Bull to bring up Sean Nealis and the Dom inside the 18. Tolkien to throw.
There it is.
Bouncing ball across the 6. The Dom trying to get to it. Cannot. Here's the breakout for Murillo. Tapped out by Harper.
I struggle a little bit with that, Matt. I mean, anytime you get a throw in and the ball's bouncing inside the 6-yard box, I mean, you got to be on that. I mean, there's really no excuses. It's a lot easier to get on the end of those when it's a throw in as opposed to, you know, a nice firm ball.
Dropped into the box for Urdiaga. To the right, Chavez. Ricardo Chavez, 28-year-old. He's got a goal so far this season. Good step by John Tolkien to win it back. In the middle of the field, Omir Fernandez. Tapped down and Villapando with a touch. Given back to Laquinus. Over the top, Van Zer on a ball to the end line for Nealis. Good ball in space. Barlow, a touch on it. Left it off about 10 yards from goal. Handled by San Luis. One back by Cameron Harper against John Murillo.
There you go.
Harper looking to get a touch, and he will. A corner for New York.
Yeah, we're only 5 minutes in. We've seen it a couple times on the left-hand side. John Tolkien getting forward. Cameron Harper there doing a good job stepping up, winning the ball, and doing what exactly you're supposed to do. Get to the end line and see if you can get across. If not, worst case scenario, you get a nice set-piece opportunity here. And anytime you have, obviously, Nadam in there and Sean and Tom Barlow, like that's a golden opportunity here. But this has to be a ball in pace, and it's got to be a ball that threatens this keeper to make a decision.
John Tolkien will take the corner. Laquinus running in. Amaya running out of the 18. Last man back is Edelman. Tolkien an in-swinger. Headed down. Pushed away. Back in. And it's a goal for New York. Laquinus gets the rebound. Urdiaga was there to make the save. Laquinus pounces on it inside the 6. Atletico San Luis protesting. Right now, for the moment, Red Bull's got a 1-goal advantage.
Well, it was a good ball, right? I mean, he did everything you were supposed to do, John Tolkien. Just put it in, test the keeper, who had a little bit of a shocker in terms of how he managed that ball. I didn't see within the run-up play anything, but, you know, we're going to see a replay very short, but like a good service in, just gets on the end of it, just pats it out.
Only thing,
I think he's saying Barlow
may have hit it on its way in, and if it did, he would have been in an offside position.
I don't know if he did. Let's see.
Don't know.
Oh, it was a great camera angle. I don't think he touched it.
I'm not sure that you're going to see anything.
Oh, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he did. That shouldn't be a goal.
No, you're right. It's probably going to come back. At least it should, to be fair.
Well, love the pressure that we put on him. Unfortunate in that specific situation. We'll see if we get lucky and maybe VAR makes a mistake there. I want to see the replay one more time because, like, when the ball comes back into Laquinus, yeah, I'm a little worried now. think we're coming back. Yeah.
It's going to come back. It's the right call.
Yep.
Unfortunate, but the right call. Troy Lassane is arguing with the fourth official.
Yeah.
An argument he won't win. And from what we saw, it looks to be the right call. The good news is that Red Bull got some energy and some jump tonight, and the pressure that they are causing on the back four of Atletico San Luis right now is an issue.
Now we're going to see a replay just one more time. I want to see, after the ball goes through,
Vanzer tapping down for Tolkien. Two cannot connect. It'll be a throw for Atletico San Luis. Right call, right?
yeah, it definitely went off Barlow, unfortunately. I can tell you one thing, though. I mean, that's a message to that keeper. You got to keep going at him. He is, nervy now.
It's the backup.
Yeah, he's the backup.
High ball over the top. Sean Nealis giving chase as Leo Bonatini cannot handle it on the sideline. It'll be a throw in for New York. And Troy Lassane has just gotten a yellow card for continuing to argue with the fourth official. The two had a pretty heated discussion back and forth. Martinez bouncing through the middle. It goes to Omir Fernandez, who's got Cameron Harper on the move right side. Harper cuts back to his left. Trying to set Martinez in the seam. Handled by San Luis. Over the top, Bonatini. In the air, Nealis gets ahead on it. Vitinio plays down for Ricardo Chavez. Tolkien causing a lot of issues for San Luis, but Vitinio comes away with it, goes to Bonatini. Outside right. Bonatini down the alley. Cuts back to the penalty spot. Coming, charging inside the 18. Shot is taken, cleared away. Good job by Cameron Harper working back. It was Juan Sanabria, the left back, who came up to get the hit.
Yeah, it was a good job by Cameron Harper being at the right place at the right time. It looked like Omir Fernandez might have left his mark there a little bit.
In high in the air, Tolkien, Vitinio do battle for it. Tolkien will see it out of play. Throw in for New York. Tolkien taking his time with the throw in. 11th minute of play. From small business to personal checking, Provident, the bank that's committed to you, and it's a commitment you can count on. Provident Bank, the official banking partner of the New York Red Bulls. I'll tell you, Steve, who's very interested in the game right now, Troy Lassane is coaching the heck out of his technical area. Tons of energy. Edelman playing down for Harper across the right side on the defensive half for New York. Nadam to the right, Harper. Back to Nadam. He'll skip it to the left for Sean Nealis. Andres Reyes did not play last week against New England with injury. Is on the bench tonight if needed.
See, Coach Lassane really wants his team to pick up the tempo and get forward.
Harper trying to get around Murillo. He'll get New York a throw in down close to the final third. That would have been, partner, the early goal that we were hoping for.
Yeah, it's unlucky.
Nadam down for Sean Nealis. See if Red Bull can keep the pressure on top of Atletico San Luis. Dom Fernandez, a forearm to his back. Foul on the team out of Liga MX. Officially, it is Atletico de San Luis, though by most accounts it's pretty much known as Atletico San Luis. This incarnation of the team, founded in April of 2017, bought by Atletico Madrid. Here's Laquinez, out wide left. He'll make John Tolkien run for it, down near the end line. Taken out of play by Ricardo Chavez. And it's a throw in for New York, a couple steps off the corner flag.
Let's see if we can capitalize again on a long throw here by John Tolkien. Last time he was in this position, the ball was able to bounce inside their 6-yard box.
Throw in from Tolkien will go back to Amaya. Flick on for Laquinez. Tolkien. Laquinez back to Tolkien. Dispossessed for a second. Re-wins it. And then throw in is given to San Luis. Ricardo Chavez flicking up quickly. A game that's got some bounce to it, Steve. But it's kind of a street fight type game so far. Van Zer. Across the defensive side, Nadam, Edelman creeps up over the halfway line. Van Zer, nifty turn to keep things moving forward. Out wide right for Cameron Harper. Isolated 1v1. Harper, it's a serve off, and that will drift out off a deflection and will be the second corner for New York in the first quarter hour.
Well, I like the fact that Cameron Harper is getting forward as much as he is. I don't particularly love. Well, we'll say this. I like the numbers that we have inside the box waiting for the service. I just wish we were a little bit more active in terms of our run, somebody committing to the near post, making defenders make decisions as well. But overall, at least we're getting numbers inside the box. And hopefully we can, we said, another corner kick here. Let's see what this keeper does.
John Tolkien to take it. Should swing in. Tolkien. Good ball towards the back post. Nadam there. Could not redirect it on target. Last touch going out by Ricardo Chavez. So it's going to be another corner for New York.
Oh, the Dom's going to want this one back. That's an absolutely perfect ball. Got to get on the end of that one.
He got to it, just could not redirect it. This will be Laquinez. Taking it to our left. Tolkien comes over. Outswing. Headed down. Missed by Sean Nealis. Another absolutely golden opportunity. That's two. One from each center back from New York.
Well, I mean, you can see we're only, 15 minutes in. It seems like every opportunity as a set piece, we are dominant in the air. This has to be a theme for the entire night. Every time you get a ball and an opportunity, throw it outside the 6-yard box and let our big guys go after it. Just got to finish them now.
San Luis playing out of their back third. Pressure by Van Zer will get a throw-in for the visitor. Atlas has scored on Toronto. Giveaway inside the 18. Laquinez couldn't get to it right at the penalty spot. Sliding in at the last second was a defender in Julio Dominguez. Tolkien off a giveaway. They'll run the left side with Barlow. Get dragged down from the back in an early, no card. There it is. Rodrigo Dourado, 29-year-old out of Brazil.
I wanted to give the card, but I also want him to play on. I mean, that was a golden opportunity of Laquinez at the top of 25 yards out all by himself with the ball. Obvious foul. John takes it. Well, we just spoke about the importance of just throwing it. I'm putting this on the back 6. At this time, I mean, this is a defensive unit. Atletico San Luis, who is really nervous right now. They haven't been able to kind of maintain or contain this Red Bull team on set pieces, so why not go after it?
And Steve, right now, it's a Red Bull team. You got a team on the ropes right now. You got to score.
Got it. Exactly. And I'd actually probably play more of an in-swinger now, just because, I mean, this keeper, Vitaga, he's not a big guy.
Frankie Amaya will put it down. John Tolkien will hit it. Swings towards the back post. Too high for Nadam. Harper on the redirect has it deflected top part of the 18. Possession for Atletico San Luis. We thought it would be a wide open game. So far it has. It was John Murillo, 27-year-old winger out of Venezuela, bringing it upfield. Taken down out of the air. Batinio with some space off on the right side. Slowed by Luquinhas. Drop to Dominguez. The two center backs. Bilbao on the left, Dominguez on the right. Dominguez tapping forward for Dorado. Villapando comes through, gets a touch through the midfield. Great ball forward. See if the offside flag comes up. It stays down for now. And Atletico San Luis has scored, but the offside flag will come up and save New York.
When the run of play, it most definitely looked like it was offsides. We're going to see a replay right now. You can see San Luis does a good job just keeping possession.
Not by much, Steve.
Let's see the angle here. Oh, what?
Not by much.
Oh, man. That could have been wrong here. Run of play, it definitely looked like it was off, but we've seen two replays now, and it looks like Sean Nealis might have kept them on.
They will wait here for the referee to get a word on it. And Red Bull fortunate that this will play on.
That is close balls played.
I'm going to tell you, I think he was on.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't at least go back and look at it a little more. Throw in by San Luis. Nealis heads it out. Word to the wise there for New York to watch the midfielders running through. Throw in by Ricardo Chavez for Dominguez. In for Dorado. Sean Nealis heads it towards the halfway line. Tolkien heading down, but goes to Javier Gomez, the captain for San Luis. Visitor starting to get a bit more confidence. Spatinio gives possession away to Sean Nealis. It's been entertaining in the first part of the first half, if not the cleanest. Barlow trying to slip Omir Fernandez down the right side. Good step and win back by Sanabria. Ricardo Chavez is fouled by Luquinhas. Red Bull, a goal taken off the board. A couple of other real good opportunities on set pieces. We are scoreless here in the 22nd minute. Poked away, Edelman. Barlow through the middle of the field. Luquinhas giving it back to Barlow inside the 18. Cuts one back, looking for Van Zer. Ball was there, late run defensively, helping Atletico San Luis. Bonatini and Cameron Harper do battle for it. Ball slips through down the middle of the field. Cornell off his line. Playing Sean Nealis, now wide right. Harper on the attacking half for New York. Looking to get Fernandez in behind. Knocked out by Atletico San Luis. Throw in for New York. Frankie Amaya, possession. Nadam slows the pace for a moment. This is Tolkien for Edelman. Atlas continuing to lead Toronto 1-0. Why that is important is it would set up a next round matchup should Red Bull advance. Would be either Atlas or NYCFC. either opponent would be here at Red Bull Arena. Nadam ahead for Harper. Looking for Laquinius wide left. Had it out of play. Chavez throwing for New York. Nadam. High ball down the middle. Van Zer bounces in for Urdiaga. Tolkien off a San Luis giveaway. Bonatini will go wide left. Murillo off that direction. A 2v1 developing. Murillo cuts now back middle of the field. Looking for Chavez. He's able to poke it for Vitinho. 1-1-1 through their first 3 games. Good enough for 6th place in Liga MX. Atletico San Luis finishing 13th in one half of the season last year, 12th in the other. Luquinius poking it back for Tolkien. Foul is called on Vitinho. Restart, Tolkien, Nealis, across Nadam.
This is a Atletico San Luis team that's playing a very traditional 4-4-2. The spaces are there. We just have to make sure movement off the ball there to find the gaps. You can see Sean Nealis is begging for somebody to move off the ball.
Harper dropping off Nadam. Off on the right side, Fernandez. Looking in the middle. Edelman was an option. Back to Harper now on the sideline. Leaves for Nadam. A long touch, almost lost it. Amaya as a safety valve. Nealis with a touch. Amaya circling back around. No score, 26th minute. Edelman is knocked down by Villapando. Foul is called. The 31-year-old. Amaya weaving through traffic. Fernandez picks up a second ball. Barlow towards the corner flag for Harper. Back in for Barlow, just outside the 18. Plays top of the box, Fernandez. Flicks back in, Barlow. First touch led him astray just a little bit through traffic. Cleared away by San Luis. Nadam heads it. Tolkien, second ball win. Finds Edelman at the halfway line. Flicked on Van Zer. He'll try to get it before it makes the end line. He does. Keep it in, and then it is ruled out by the far side AR.
Yeah, this is the game. The time of the game, got to get something out of this. There's so many opportunities we've been able to create here in the final third, and it just seems a little off in terms of our touches in the final third. This is a San Luis team that has absolutely no problem, all the confidence in the world trying to play out of the back, which kind of fits our style of play, that high line and pressure. Once we win the ball, though, we've got to be smart and get something out of this.
Harper will leave it back for Cornell. Just outside his 18. Plays to his left for the Red Bull captain, Sean Nealis. To his left, John Tolkien. Vitinho off the second ball. Edelman doing battle. Vitinho down the middle of the field, tackled away by Nealis. One back for a second by Murillo. 1v1 against Harper. Now help from Fernandez and Edelman. Murillo keeps it alive. Harper goes to the deck. Fernandez springing Laquinez at the halfway line. Van Zer to his left. Barlow to his right. Laquinez lost it in transition to Dominguez. And now Atletico San Luis will try and counter. They've got numbers pushing forward. Chavez on the right side. Plays back and forth with Villapando. 31-year-old native of Mexico City. Stops along the way with Pachuca, with Chivas. Nexica. He's been well traveled in the top league in Mexico. Chavez. Maybe the longest bout of possession so far for San Luis. Amaya wins it back, looking to get Barlow down the seam. Waiting for help. Plays a bad ball back for Fernandez. One in which Omier did not really have a chance to play. Now that gets Murillo on the break. Against Nadam, who's isolated out wide. Vitinho with Amaya sliding back. Good defensive work by Amaya. And then Edelman fouling Bonatini. Steve, what's this, 25 yards out?
Yeah, I mean, you're frustrated, disappointed how Barlow mishandled that ball in possession, and then you're a little frustrated, I would say a little bit, with Edelman being a little naive as the player is running away from goal and takes a foul here. And giving up a foul 25 yards out, right in front of the goal. Really a golden opportunity for somebody from Atletico San Luis to step up here and test Carlos Coronel.
Bonatini, the player that drew the foul, is the one closest to it right now. It is that long conversation that players sometimes have. Villapando went over, had a word, and I think gave his blessing to Bonatini. Leo Bonatini, the 29-year-old out of Brazil. First year with San Luis, as he was signed in December of 2022. Spent some time with Wolves when they were a championship team in England. Square at goal. Whistle comes. Bonatini tees it up, hits it into the wall.
Ooh.
Terrible opportunity there from Bonatini. So easy to defend for New York. Great analysis, Steve. And ew.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. That was about as bad as you can think in terms of an opportunity here at top of the box, 25 yards out to test the keeper. I mean, he's going to want that one back.
As the ball was then running out, Villapando pushed Tolkien from the back. He will draw a yellow card, will Dieter Villapando. Tolkien pushed him back, did not draw a card back. It's a little testy.
Yeah.
32nd minute.
Fired up. Still 15 minutes left in this first half. Legitimate opportunities for both sides here. Majority of being for this Red Bull team.
Red Bull team that gets through with a draw or a win. San Luis needing all 3 points to advance. Bonatini at the halfway line. Villapando. Edelman had it for a second. Laquinez wins it. Looking for some space off on the right side. He's got Harper joining him. Cuts back to his left. Trying to play it inside the box for Van Zer. Edelman stops the counter with a sliding tackle on Murillo. Here comes Tolkien down the middle part of the field. Did not see Vitinho working off the backside. San Luis gives it away around the halfway line. Atlas continuing to lead Toronto 1-0. In essence, that's the most important game for New York, because that will determine who comes out of East 3. Red Bull part of the 3-team East 4 group. New England sits and waits their fate tonight. Throwing for New York in the 34th minute. Nadam in for Banzer. Amaya able to track down a loose ball, fights off a challenge, and then goes around another San Luis player. Fernandez wide left against Chavez, corner of the box left side. Fernandez now comes across the 18, leaves for Edelman 25 yards out. One touch ball to Harper, gives it back to Edelman. In for Fernandez, defended well, coming in by Rodrigo Dorado. New York will get a throw in about 10 yards off the corner flag. They're attacking right side. Harper will take it. Edelman and Harper on the right side. Edelman with possession. Drops back towards the halfway line for Nealis. Edelman in for Laquinez. Back to Edelman. Attacking half. Plays middle of the field to Maya. Fernandez was trying to get it, I think, to Tolkien, but ran into Chavez. Be a foul on Frankie Amaya and a yellow card, as it was Vitinio making the break down the right side, right around the halfway line, enough for Amaya to stop what could be construed as a counter.
Foul. No, I get it.
Bilbao touched it up towards the halfway line. Barlow backing his man down. It's going to roll into the box, and Urdiaga, the backup keeper who gets to start tonight with the injury to Andres Sanchez, the normal top man. Urdiaga playing off on the right side of New York, his left, off of Laquinez. Laquinez and Omir Fernandez have kind of swapped sides here, with Laquinez going right, Fernandez coming to the left. Red Bull tonight in that 4-2-2-2.
I would love for this Red Bull team to pick up a goal here. Uh-oh, no yellow card. Going to get testing.
Banzer will get a yellow for a foul that he commits on Juan Sanabria, 23-year-old player out of Uruguay.
Can't give up anything here, though.
Sanabria is pointing to his inside of his left ankle, which appears to have a little bit of blood on it, presumably from Banzer's cleat that came in, which earned him the foul and the yellow. Not sure what Atletico San Luis is arguing here. He's given a yellow card. If they're asking for a red, that would seem a bit excessive. Top of the fact that
There isn't much urgency.
Sanabria seems like he's okay.
Let's go.
Yellow's starting to pile up, though, for both teams. 2 on either side. Dorado and Villapando, the 2 for San Luis. Van Zer and Amaya, the 2 for New York. Would be a bit, you would think, Steve, of the referee.
Yeah.
Even Sanchez trying to deliver a message here in this first half. Patinio gave it away. Van Zer turning. Genius not there in time. Aerial win for Sean Nealis. This is Frankie Amaya on the left side. 25 yards from goal. Plays wide down the alley for Fernandez. Thought about a service with his right foot. Instead, we'll play back for Tolkien. Electing to go back for Nealis. Plays all the way back for Cornell. Tolkien and Fernandez both waiting on the left sideline for a ball to come back their direction. Barlow poking it through for Harper on the right sideline. 20 yards from the end line. Luquinhas circling back around, plays Harper. Harper, Luquinhas. Drop for Nadam. We go to the 40th minute of a scoreless first half. Tolkien. Direct ball for Fernandez inside the 18. Tap down Dominguez. Chavez, second ball win. Tolkien had it for a second, could not control it. Goes out over the end line. It's a goal kick for Atletico San Luis. Chavez. Ahead for Villapando. And a foul is called on New York on the defensive half for San Luis. Steve, dare I say, a bit of a familiar theme, a Red Bull team which just cannot take advantage of good starts with goals.
I think that's kind of most pressing for me is just the fact that it's like we're trying a little too hard, like in terms of that last pass or that difficult pass. Just play simple and early. Let the ball do the movement. This is a defensive unit in Atletico San Luis that will offer you opportunities. If you just move off the ball and play simple and let the ball do the movement, you'll create some opportunities for yourself.
Amaya poking forward. Van Zer is inside the 18. The ball trickling away for him at the last second, and Urdiaga able to hop off his line.
Well, again, another opportunity where kind of that first touch led us astray. Ante Van Zer, ball gets played over the top of the flat back floor in San Luis, and just a heavy touch by Van Zer.
Fernandez is pushed down by Chavez. Whistle will restart things for New York. We go to the 42nd minute. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at some scores and stats from this game and other games from the League's Cup. We'll recap our Honda keys to the game, and we'll hear from, during the course of the week of media, Red Bull head coach Troy Lesesne. Harper tapping wide right. Luquinhas. A direct ball in goes off a San Luis player and will afford Red Bull with their fourth corner of the night. Possession about 50-50. Shots right now in favor of Red Bull 5-2.
Just has to be an in-swinger here. Has to be an in-swinger with pace. You can see
somebody go up and get it.
Yeah, defensively, San Luis is really struggling with this, clearing it out. Can this be an opportunity here to sneak one in here in the waning moments of the first half?
John Tolkien will take it. They are looking at something. My only guess would be, Steve, on the ball played in by Luquinhas, maybe a potential handball.
I didn't see it.
We have not been afforded a replay yet. But the referee, Ivan Sanchez, still is listening to the VAR, which in In this case tonight is Benjamin Pineda. They will say play on with the corner. Tolkien will take his third of the Red Bull 4 from the spot on the attacking right side. Direct ball, in swinger. Barlow gets to it. Tapped out. Barlow got a deflection on it. San Luis able to defend it. And now a corner coming for New York on the opposite side.
Barlow Barlow gets it a little bit. Keeper comes out. Fortunately for him, gets deflected a little bit. Very close by Barlow.
Tolkien will go over now to the attacking left side, which you would imagine this is now an outswinger.
Like the in swinger here, though, but he's had such a good weighted service here, John.
Tolkien to take it in the 44th minute. Driven ball across the 6, headed out first time, San Luis. Run down by Harper. Red Bull trying to get their players back on side. Edelman at the halfway line. Circling back around. We'll leave it to Carlos Coronel. Coronel the chip from one half of the field to the next. Barlow able to knock it down enough for Edelman to pick it up in space. Slips as he lets it go, but it finds the foot of Cameron Harper, who gets back a deflection. Harper goes around 2 defenders. Good early ball in, about 8 yards out, headed out by San Luis. Harper is going to get a foul with a hip check. Probably fortunate to not get a yellow card.
I agree. You look at that first half, and you would be shocked to know that we would be one up right now in terms of the opportunities we've created for ourselves.
Good tackle by Amaya. Fernandez able to keep it on. We'll hit 45 on the clock. See if we get much of stoppage time. Edelman looking high for Barlow. Bouncing ball out. Murillo. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 45 on the clock of a scoreless first half. Harper across for Van Zer. 25 yards out. Fernandez, a step inside the 18. Now pulls it back out. Leaves one inside the box, but nobody on the other end of it. Tijuana and Quintero scoreless late in the first half. Atlas continuing to lead Toronto 1-0. Edelman at the halfway line plays it high in the air. Bilbao to his left. Play unable to be kept in by Bonatini. Throw-in coming for Cameron Harper. About a minute into our 4 minutes that we were shown of stoppage time. Remember, in these games, no extra time, right to PKs. Amaya over the top for Tolkien. Tolkien looking in for Fernandez. It's knocked out by Dominguez. Throw in for John Tolkien coming. Coming up on the midpoint of our 4 of stoppage time. Leaves back for Edelman. Chip forward Nealis. Headed down Amaya. Ramiro Fernandez will get called for a foul on Ricardo Chavez. If nobody scores in the next 2 minutes, I will assure you that the second half will become even more wide open than what we've seen. The Dom wins the ball out of the air. Van Zer working back. Helped get it to Fernandez. Looking in front for Barlow. Able to get around Dominguez. Barlow to his left. Cannot square up and get it on target. looking for a foul that will not come. And it will be a goal kick for San Luis. Good run by Barlow. Just enough from Dominguez, who would half agree here with Barlow. He took a shove into the back by Dominguez. Didn't see that in the run of play, but on the replay, it's there. Chavez, 4th minute of stoppage time. Villapando against Edelman. One back by Dorado. Now across for Gomez. Bilbao holding possession at the halfway line. Looking to chip over the top. Bonatini. One out of the air. Nadam. Kept in play by Sanabria. Harper with possession right now, defensive half. Fernandez, shoulder charged with Laquinus moving forward. Play on will ensue. Harper has it right now, then he gets fouled. Jean Maria out of Venezuela taking Harper down. Let's see if the referee allows this free kick to go off. We've hit 4 minutes of stoppage time.
God, I would love to pick up one here. Go in the locker room.
Tolkien will hit it. Left foot. Driven ball. Can't get it over the top of the first defender. Tolkien first man back for New York also. Referee checks his watch and will blow the whistle. And that will take us to halftime. Steve, with a quick look at our Honda keys to the game.
Yeah, the first one was just simply knowing and recognizing that we're only 1 point away. A tie will put us into the next round. So you got to fight, even when things aren't going your way offensively. You got to do what's necessary to make sure that you get out of this game with at least a point and go into PKs with an opportunity with that PK to win the division. The second one is recognizing this is also, too, an unfamiliar foe. First time, obviously, ever playing against each other. You can see right away that this is probably a team, San Luis, that doesn't understand really kind of the Red Bull press and kind of playing in our, in our hands a little bit. Just got to be sure that we kind of capitalize on these set pieces a little bit more. Third one is saving the day. New York goalkeeper Carlos Coronel proved himself to be a difference maker in that New England first Leagues Cup match. Tonight he hasn't really been called on too much like that, quite frankly. If anything, you hope that he can make a stand if we go into PKs. But the less we say Carlos Coronel, probably the better right now.
Would agree. We have hit our halftime spot. No score between Red Bull and Atletico San Luis. This is Red Bull head coach from during the course of the week in training, Troy Lassane.
Coach, good afternoon. Talk to us about what you saw from Atletico San Luis and what you expect for tomorrow's match against the New York Red Bulls.
Yeah, so we've looked at a few of their matches within the beginning of the season for them in Liga MX. So we've gotten some pictures there. And then certainly we watched their match the other night versus New England. And what I would say is this is a group that has done well in the league. I think they're in 6th place in the league, I want to say, 6th, 7th place. And then the other night versus New England, even the score line is such that you have to give New England a lot of credit for the goals that they were able to score. I think Atletico San Luis in this match was very good and very dangerous. And we don't look at the score line and think that there's a team coming in here and are going to be easy to play against. I think they have a lot of quality, and particularly in their front four. I like their style of play as well. I think they have a clear style, a clear identity. And what we know from playing in MLS is anyone that goes into Gillette Stadium, it's not an easy place to go. So you can't judge everything off a match like that. New England's so good at home and good in general. So we have to be prepared, and we're trying to make sure that we execute our game plan. And just like New England, we have a way that we want to set up that we feel like will make us successful. And if we do that, then I think we have a chance.
We'll go to our next question within the room. Andres, please proceed.
Good morning, Coach. Are you going to use the same lineup from the last game about some players that were missing from last game? How the players are doing that? Andres Reyes, he was not last game. How is he still recovering?
Yeah, I would like to say that we felt great about the group that was on the field the other night. So I think that's important to respect that and make sure that we build off of that performance with that group. But also there's a full week of training that we have to evaluate as well. And some players were able to step up and be competitive and push the issue for themselves. So we haven't solidified exactly what the 11 will be. A couple positions we're considering a couple different options. Andres was actually able to be in training this week somewhat. I wouldn't expect him to start in this match, but I think he will be available. Corey Burke's one that we're still monitoring. It's a possibility, but I'd say it's not a high likely probability that he plays and he's available. And I think those are the two right now that we can speak about that weren't involved last week that are getting close to available.
We'll now take our first question from Zoom. Daniel, please proceed.
Good morning, Troy. Hope you're well today. This will be your first time facing a Liga MX side, and obviously this is not during CONCACAF Champions League or Champions Cup, but how excited are you for the opportunity to face a club side from Mexico for the first time in your coaching career?
Thank you for the question, Daniel. Incredibly excited. And I think our entire staff and group of players are as well. It's this competition. I've enjoyed watching all the MLS clubs compete against Liga MX teams. I think it's been a great competition so far. We've seen some different results, but some very competitive games. And for us as a club, it's an opportunity to win a group and progress. And that's what we have in front of us. We have the opportunity to win our group and make it into the knockout rounds. And that's something that we would love to build momentum from. It's also a way from a big picture idea for us to understand where we are in terms of the two leagues. I think that's an exciting part of this. Liga MX for so many years, I think have had such a high level, and they continue to do so. But we feel good about the progress that we're making as a country in MLS. And we're starting to close that gap more and more, and in certain circumstances, able to win the CONCACAF Champions League. And that's something that going back to ourselves, we want to make sure that whoever we're playing, we represent ourselves the right way and in the best way possible. But back to the point for us, how do we progress into the knockout stage? And it's right there in front of us after a really good opening round versus New England.
We'll take our next question from John Lupo. John, please proceed.
Thanks. Two-part question, Troy. First of all, to sort of just follow up on what you said, do you feel like that with what you've seen from the MLS teams that this has been an opportunity to sort of showcase just how much the gap is closed between Liga MX and MLS? And not just Messi. Philadelphia has done really well. Minnesota had a good first game. I mean, there have been a lot of strong performances. And the second part of my question is, obviously, we know you guys like to play the high press. Do you feel like that so you're not caught in the back, giving them a lot of space? Discipline and patience will be the key, so you know when to selectively press, when you can turn them over and give yourselves opportunities without leaving yourselves open at the back so they can counterattack.
Yeah, for the first part of that question, absolutely. Just to reiterate what I said before, I do think that the league has come such a long way in the last 10, 15 years, but really even the last 3 to 5 years. I think we've really taken a major step forward as a league. So it's a great chance for us to showcase ourselves against a league that has had an even greater history. So we have respect for all Liga MX teams because of what they've been able to put in historically through many, many years. The second part of that question, we're going to always stay in our identity, and we certainly want to eliminate time and space for the opponent. but we do have to respect the opponent in terms of what they try to do and where they have some really highly talented players, and that's certainly in their front line. So we want to make sure, like I said in the very first question, we want to make sure to set up well in relationship to our game plan and to eliminate the players that are dangerous for a really talented team.
We'll take our next question from Gary Redmond. Gary, please proceed.
Good afternoon, Troy. Have you seen enough from Atletico San Luis that might give your team a little bit of trouble, especially when you do the high press? Or are you confident in your group enough to take the situation that you have before you and, as you said, represent your team and, of course, the league the right way to move on to the knockout stage?
It's not necessarily in relationship to Atletico San Luis about how we want to go about. We have to always respect the opponent, but we also want to make sure that we go and execute in the things that we feel the strongest in. And one of our strongest weapons is being able to make the opponent feel uncomfortable and high up the field if we can. And I think the games where we maybe haven't had the best results or don't look like ourselves, those are the matches when we're not all in sync, all working together. So we're gonna approach it the way that I hope we usually approach matches, which is to go and try to disrupt an opponent that we respect and we know are very good with the ball, but we don't want to give them time and space.
We're going to go back to the room, Coach, and take our next question from Gustavo. Please proceed.
Coach, a quick update regarding Lewis and Dylan, please.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think Lewis is making really good progress. I'm positive about Lewis, and I'm hoping that the window of time is starting to get closer and closer, that he's going to be back in the team for full team training, as long as there's no, hiccups along the way. I think that he hasn't had any setbacks since the previous injury in Orlando, but I think we learned a lesson in that stage about we want to push for a guy who's clearly someone that's influential on our team, but not at the detriment of having him be out for any longer than he needs to be. I do think he'll feature this year, and we're going to make sure that we bring him along at the right time frame. But I'd say that time frame is starting to get closer and closer. For Dylan's now just 2-3 weeks after surgery, so he's still got a little ways to go, but he's back on field, and he's back on field with some very light work. But I'm happy to see him with his boots on. That's great.
Hey, Coach, we'll take our last question from John Lupo. John, again, please proceed.
Troy, with the options you have up front, Corey Burke and Elias and Tom and Dante, is there a chance we may see Elias start? And do you feel like with the veterans that are on this team with Corey and with Tom, do you feel like he's able to watch them and just learn from them and pick up things that maybe he can help, if not incorporate in his game, that he can just watch them and see how they conduct themselves on the field and see how they go about their business? That'll maybe help him grow as a player.
Yeah, for Corey, like I said, for the update, his health-wise, injury-wise, it may be difficult for him to be in the roster tomorrow. So there's that. And Ilias he's come off of an injury. Last week was really the first time that he's been able to come on from the standpoint of the injury that he was dealing with. And he's continuing to make progress that way. The form that he was in prior to the injury, I was so happy with him. I think that he's got someone in Tom Barlow that he certainly can watch in terms of the way Tom understands what our style of play, the requirements from our nines are. But Ilias, I think he is developed in a way that he's prepared to start matches every single week as long as he's healthy. And I love the dynamic that he brings, and he's grown so much in the last month. And I just want him 100% fit so he can go and be the best version of himself. And for Tom and Dante, again, I think they're doing a lot of things the right way. And I know goals are coming for them, but not everything is evaluated on just goals and assists. It's important, don't get me wrong, but for our nines, it's not everything every single week.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. Yes! Can't even sleep till I go God mode and some poor soul rage quits. Boom! So I stay up and stay fueled with a Baconator, because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad right now?
That and destroying your world.
Come on!
Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later. Got 'em.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Red Bull fans, we've partnered with Affinity Federal Credit Union to bring you the first ever New York Red Bulls credit card. The RBNY card let you earn points to redeem for team merchandise, exclusive experiences, and more. Earn triple points when using it at Red Bull Arena, on Red members, and all sporting good purchases. Make sure you sign up today. Your club, more reward.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Named 2023 Best Overall Brand by Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com.
Based on 2023 Brand Image Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
NJIT has been making student success stories since 1881 and has the rankings to show for it. Nationally, Forbes.com ranks NJIT number 1 for student upward economic mobility. U.S. News & World Report recognizes NJIT as one of America's top 50 public universities. And on the international front, Newsweek and Make Magazine call NJIT one of the top maker schools in the world. What will you make at NJIT? Learn more at njit.edu.
Provident Bank believes commitment isn't something you say, it's something you do. That's why they back it up day in and day out. In checking accounts with better rewards, with lenders that understand your business needs, and by supporting teams with the most committed fans. That's why Provident Bank is proud to be the official banking partner of the New York Red Bulls and unofficially the most committed bank in the world. Learn more at provident.bank.
Congrats on the new house, honey.
What's this? Carbon monoxide detectors?
Yeah, put one on every level.
Because you can't see or smell carbon monoxide.
And when fuel-burning appliances aren't working right, CO can build up and be deadly.
Guys, I'm on it.
We just want to know you're safe.
At PSE&G, we're committed to your family safety. Know how to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. If your CO detector goes off, leave immediately. Then call 911. Protect the ones you love. Learn more at pseg.com/gas safety.
We are back here on the New York Red Bull Radio Network. Here's a bit of an update for you in the Leagues Cup. Teams that have already advanced into the round of 32. Both of our teams tonight, after a scoreless first half, trying to do the same. Philadelphia and D.C. will play a round of 32 game. That could become important for New York. If they win East 4, they would play the East 3 second place team. Winner would move on in the round of 16 to play the winner of Philly and D.C. Pumas has advanced into the next round. Mazatlan and FC Dallas have advanced into the next round. This one, spicy for sure. Miami and Orlando, despite both winning their groups, will have to play each other. That's because Pachuca now comes into the tournament. They will play Houston. Charlotte and Cruz Azul will match up in a round of 32 game. LAFC coming in. They'll play Juarez. Leon waiting for the West 2 second place team. Cincinnati waiting for the Central 4 second place team. One change has been made for Atletico San Luis. Mateo Klimowicz, the 23-year-old Argentinian who spent time in Germany. He is on loan right now with San Luis from Stuttgart, has come on. And it is Vitinho, the player, who has come off. Second half up and going. Red Bull starting with it. They attack left to right. A win or a point. Red Bull goes through. Dangerous here. Bonatini off a giveaway. Takes a shot. Tries to go into the near post. Hits the netting, and it comes out. Goal kick for New York.
A little nervy there, to say the least. Vitinho probably had a better opportunity to hit that far post. I think he was looking for pace more than anything else there.
Ball in the air, bouncing down in between Edelman and Gomez. John Tolkien working back. Sean Nealis with it. Dangerous ball goes back to Cornell. Nealis did not see Bonatini there. Klimowicz picks it up 25 yards out. goes across. This is Murillo, a shot over the crossbar. Set up off Steve, a bit of a mental lapse there from Sean Nealis.
Yeah, a big mental lapse. Very fortunate that this team, San Luis, wasn't able to capitalize, and it wasn't a good ball there by Carlos Coronel as well. Man, what a difficult start here in the first 2 minutes of the second half for this Red Bull team.
You figured at some point it would become even more desperate for San Luis. They know they need 3 points to go through. They need a win in regulation to join New England out of the East 4 bracket. Klimowitz, 22-year-old player, challenging. Here's Van Zer down inside the 18. Turns to the end line, gets a corner for New York. This will be the 6th corner of the game for Red Bull, first in the second half. John Tolkien has been short of one, the designated PK taker.
Gotta capitalize on these, man.
Should be an outswinger. Hits it with his left foot. Across the 6. Bounces in between Edelman and Harper. Played high in the air. Nadam had come from an offside position. So San Luis able to work out of their back third. Theme for Red Bull this year has been, Steve, there's no secret anymore. Not taking advantage of opportunities.
You're right. So many chances and not finishing it off and keeping teams in games and sloppy mistakes to lose points. It's kind of been the mantra here in 2023, and it's hopefully going to change sooner rather than later, starting here tonight.
Throwing coming for Tolkien around the halfway line. Coming forward is Van Zer. Floats it to his right for Harper. 30 yards out. Harper to his left. Amaya taps down for Edelman. He's going to pop it in the air. Come left for Tolkien, who now has to retreat backwards under the eye of Murillo. The Dom at the halfway line. Fernandez trying to turn, go forward. Draw a foul on San Luis. Mateo Klimowitz. Fernandez with possession. Now foul on New York. The best of starts in the first 5 minutes here of the second half. Atlas continuing to lead Toronto 1-0. A point in regulation gets New York through to the next round. If they want to be the top team, they need either 2 or 3 to do that. Ooh. Sean Nealis a step forward. It's John Tolkien on the attacking left side. In for Barlow. Tried to leave it off for Laquinius. Edelman picks up a loose ball. Right side, Harper is open. Corner of the box. Now going towards the end line. Plays it off of Sanabria and gets Red Bull another corner.
Sloppy first 6 minutes here for this Red Bull team. Hopefully they can kind of settle themselves down a little bit. Now that the ball is kind of out of bounds, maybe kind of regroup a little bit and understand how important it is to kind of get their heads right now.
Tolkien with an in-swinger. Seems to be the better ball for J-Mai. He's had some good rips at it tonight. Another coming here towards the back post. The Dom lurking. It's played out by San Luis. Chavez took it out of play, and now Tolkien will run across the field and play from the outswinging corner.
I still think that in this specific situation, you have an in-swinger here. This is a keeper. Taga is really struggling with these crosses.
Diego Urtiaga, the 24-year-old backup keeper, in tonight for San Luis. Tolkien, direct ball this time, first timed out by San Luis. Steve, to that point, we saw Luquinhas take one corner to swing in. Luquinhas with it right now, inside the 18. He will take a shot off target, tried to chip it, late run in by Chavez to get in the way of it. Why not take somebody from that side and have it swing in?
That's kind of what I'm alluding to, is the idea that, like, I'd put in-swingers all day. I don't care who does it. Just put an in-swinger on there. Every single time we've had an in-swinger, it's been a tester.
Villapando losing a ball to Amaya. Fernandez comes down the middle of the field. Fernandez off a play on Luquinhas. It's knocked forward by Dominguez. One back by Nealis at the halfway line. Harper across the middle of the field. It's Luquinhas 30 yards out. 25 yards out for Van Zer towards the end line. Trying to go around Chavez. Keeps it alive. Played out by Dorado. Another corner for New York. This will be their 9th corner of the night. Tolkien again to take it. Looks to swing out. He's played it around the 6-yard spot. Does the same here. It's going to be another corner, and Tolkien is logging some miles going from corner to corner.
I think he's covered more ground going back and forth for set pieces than he is getting forward on the left-hand side. This is what I'm going to go so far as we're going to put one in right now, Matt.
Right now.
What's the bet here, buddy? Come on.
I mean, it's our normal bet.
Okay.
It's drinks on the road.
All right. There it is.
Tolkien to take it. Lays it on the end line side of the corner circle. Left foot, in swinger.
That kind of counts.
No, it does not count.
That kind of counts. Yeah, we get another chance. The odds are good. The odds are in my favor. Here we go.
Okay. I'm going to make sure they put extra ice in the drink. Not have it really count.
Come on.
Tolkien again. Corner number 10 for New York.
Got to put one of these away. I believe in you, J-Mod. Come on.
And get it up over that first defender, which is Maria. It's in here. And goal for New York. It is Dante Van Zer coming near post, getting a flick in. Long time coming after many set pieces for New York. And it is a goal to put Red Bull up 1-0. Doesn't count, buddy.
Oh, my God. Come on.
Doesn't count.
Come on. I felt it. It was just a little delayed. You just knew it was coming, didn't you? I mean, how many times had that nice, beautiful in-swinger, so dangerous, and finally we capitalize. Matt Harmon paying for drinks on the road. I'm happy now. Come on.
Big goal for Van Zer. Big goal for New York.
Look at VAR again, I think.
Van Zer just went ball hunting. San Luis falling asleep, left them wide open, and did a great job of redirecting it inside that near post, and Urdiaga, who has not done well on crosses tonight, struggling on that finish.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of a nightmare in terms of coming out the line.
Now it gets interesting, Steve, in the 57th minute.
I'll give you plenty of chances to win it back. Don't worry.
San Luis needs 2.
I did say it was going to be 2-0. I'm just going to tell you.
You're just trying to anchor that anywhere.
Yeah. He might be fine for the next month at this rate. How good I'm going right now. Come on, guys.
Tolkien across for Harper. Allows New York a little bit of breathing room. This result would push them first place, East 4. Fernandez coming forward off a win from Edelman. Fernandez takes a shot with his left foot, blocked down, top of the 18. Luquinhas gets it back. Amaya, top part of the box. Shot deflected. Fernandez could not corral the rebound. Sean Nealis to run it down. If results hold across the board, Red Bull would host NYCFC.
I kind of like that, and then have the next match be against the winner of
Philly DC.
It's
like an I-95 portion of the bracket.
That's fine. Because you know you're going to probably be lined up against, one of the Liga MX teams in the next round after that.
The other side of the East has Pumas. It's East 3 and 4, the winner, which would be Atlas and New England. And the second place team in East 1, which going on right now is Tijuana and Quintero. Quintero's got a 1-0 lead right now on Tijuana. Throw in for Chavez. Van Zer's goal, the difference in the match right now.
We need this. We need this 3 points. We need to say that we won. We need to say that Dante got the winning goal. We need all this kind of positive mojo right now.
Good work by Nadam. Harper coming forward. Harper is fouled by Juan Sanabria. Harper will stay down for a moment. Van Zer's goal officially in the 56th minute. The assist for John Tolkien. New York set to make a change soon. Elias Manuel off the bench. Fernandez. Barlow. Dispossessed inside the 18. Here comes San Luis on a counter. Nealis able to stop it. And it comes to Luquinhas. Open, 20 yards out. Luquinhas across the 18. Shot ripped, but blocked down by Dorado.
You got to have people on the field see and recognize that this San Luis team is just struggling mightily on set pieces and defending those set pieces. You got to get the ball wide. This has to be a Cameron Harper, John Tolkien, remaining balance of the game, where the game just opens up and they just get wide and create opportunities for ourselves in terms of corner kicks, set pieces, whatever it may be.
Harper fights off a challenge from Bonatini. Flicks to his right, corner of the box. Van Zer plays one, back post. Barlow could not redirect it. Tough angle. Puts it into the side netting.
I like to just hold the ball a little bit. Harper gets an opportunity to pass it out wide there by Van Zer. Tries the back post. A little bit long, but a good opportunity there.
Barlow coming off in favor of Manuel. As we told you, all indications with a Red Bull win tonight, the game would be played on August 3rd.
I'm free August 3rd. You free?
You got nothing going on?
No, it's good. It'll be fun. Hang out again.
Red Bull with a win already against NYCFC, 1-0 game that took place earlier this season.
Make sure we're smart with the guys who are sitting on yellows as well. Just don't need to do anything foolish right now.
That is Amaya and Van Zer. Harper. Klimowitz, top of the 18. Shot deflected down on an overlapping run from Sanabria, played out by Sean Nealis. Corner here for San Luis. It is their first corner of the night. 11 corners for Red Bull. Villapando will take the corner. Outswinger to the penalty spot. Up in the air, and then on an easy grab for Cornell, he will roll it out for Cameron Harper on the fly coming forward. Harper now slows it down. In for Manuel. Luquinhas trying to head it back to himself. Villapando for Dorado. Back in for Gomez. Flicked on Bonatini. Will roll inside the 18 for Cornell to pick it up in the 64th minute. Sanabria. Big challenge from Edelman. He and Sanabria coming together. Edelman a little slow to get up. Is this Sanabria? Just about 25 and stoppage time remaining as we go close to the 66th minute. Ball shielded out by Bilbao. Goal kick for Urdiaga. Simple play out for Gomez. Bad giveaway. San Luis. Manuel trying to tap it down for Maya. Right idea, but defended by Dominguez.
To open himself up a little bit, too, and see Omir Fernandez, who was all by himself there. Got to finish this game off, man. Got to finish this game off. That second goal will be a dagger right now.
Throw in coming for John Tolkien. Nadam with possession. He's going to go all the way back to Cornell. No rush here for Red Bull. It's Hassan Nadam with it. Under pressure. Cannot get around Bonatini. Gives away a throw-in to San Luis. Creeping up to take it, Sanabria.
Make sure we're tuned in here. set piece. Defensively understand your roles and responsibilities here. Doesn't have to be cute. Just get it out of pressure.
Corner coming, Sanabria to take it. Second corner of the night in the 67th minute. Driven ball across the top of the 18. Luquinhas tapped it down. Luquinhas coming forward. Luquinhas with a foot race coming. One man to beat. Could not get around Murillo, who hustled all the way back for San Luis.
Well, you can see Luquinhas was trying to take a good angle there, but unfortunately, just Murillo's pace was absolutely astounding. Great defensive play.
Another sub coming for New York. Drew Yearwood will check in. If you're thinking yellow card, Steve, that would be for Maya. Though we've seen Yearwood more of as an attacking role. Fernandez got around two players and then lost the ball in transition to Chavez, the third. Bonatini fouled by Nealis. Good serve in. And a shot saved by Cornell. Rebound put back home. New game. It's Murillo on the rebound. He scores. He just saved the goal perhaps for San Luis, who now has life with 22 minutes remaining.
Oh, we got a completely different game now. Murillo did a great job defensively. Here, the ball just gets wide. And they do the right thing. Just put it in the box, see what happens. It's bouncing around the 18-yard line. It's a save by Carlos Coronel, but unfortunately goes right back to Murillo about 8 yards out and puts it in the back of the net.
Steve, Cornell really unhappy with Harper on this play. What, just not enough pressure on the original service?
I guess. I mean, I'm assuming if that's his biggest concern, I mean, we still had plenty of people in the box, and then a clearance by Frankie Amaya. I mean, it's a little unlucky. I mean, it's a great little shot there. Carlos Cornell tries to save it. Unfortunately, goes right to Murillo.
This would change things in terms of where Red Bull would finish, but they would still advance on. Now it gets interesting, Steve. Next 20 minutes, what do you do?
I mean, you play the game, and worst case scenario, you get your tie and go into PKs and still try to get your 4 points.
I guess I'm thinking, do you try and win it in regulation, or do you become a little more conservative right now?
I don't know. I mean, I very much like our confidence going into a PK over their goalie's confidence right now.
Ball was still rolling off a Harper foul that Klimowicz wanted to start quickly. Red Bull wanted a sub. Two subs, actually. Yearwood waiting, as is Ronald Doncourt. They could not get either in. Fernandez is going to come off for Doncourt. And Yearwood will enter for Luquinhas. So two new players in those number 10 roles. Work to do here in the 71st minute. A goal from John Murillo has given San Luis some hope. Manuel skips it past Fernandez. San Luis stays on their attacking half. Klimowicz takes a shot deflected just outside the 18. Throw in coming for New York. They will wait and let the subs come in. Again, Yearwood for Luquinhas, Doncourt for Fernandez.
Your attention, please. New York Red Bulls substitutions. Entering the match in the 72nd minute. Number 16, Drew Yearwood.
There's one thing I can pretty much almost guarantee right now is that this game is going to have some nervy moments. It just get you feeling that the game's going to open itself even more. Opportunities are going to abound. Hopefully we finish this one off.
They have not, Red Bull, made it easy for themselves here. By all accounts, in control of this game. Manuel down right now, holding his upper ankle at the halfway line after a foul was called on San Luis. Only way for the visitor to advance is a win in regulation. Murillo with speed on Nealis, but the ball, fortunate for New York, went out of play. John Murillo with some words for the AR who called it out. He will pick up a yellow card for his trouble. He is the goal scorer for Atletico San Luis in the 69th minute.
And with them knowing that they need the 3 points, they're going to do whatever's necessary to get for it, be dangerous.
New York has made 3 changes with Manuel, Yearwood, and Donkor coming on. You do get the sense that right now the momentum on the Atletico San Luis side.
Yep.
New York has had 14 shots tonight, 11 corners. Ball over the top for Klimowicz. Against Harper, spins out, lost possession of it. Throw in coming for Cameron Harper, who will take his time to put it back in. Harper looking for someone to move forward. Donkor the flick on. Rodrigo Dorado. Cross for Ricardo Chavez. Murillo open on the right side. Whips one in, looking for the back post. Klimowicz against Harper. Knocked down for Sanabria. Coming through, Villa play out. Down for Murillo, that's going to run out. Pretty good ball movement there from San Luis. That was what Red Bull head coach Troy Lassine told us, a dangerous front four, which now has become a bit more energized here the last few. '75th minute, a 1-1 game. Two more subs set to come on for New York. Kyle Duncan and Andres Reyes.
5 in the back.
My guess would be, Steve, 5 in the back, and Duncan comes on for Harper to get some fresh legs on that outside right. Manuel is called for a foul. Reyes, we were told, would only be used if necessary, and it would indicate here with 15 to go, it's necessary. Though I am surprised Nadam is coming out and Reyes is coming on, just a straight swap of center backs. These are the last 2 changes for New York. Harper will exit for Duncan. Steve, surprised no 5 in the back?
A little bit. I mean, but, I think they still think that there's an opportunity here to pick up and run a play. It was unfortunate because we had some good momentum right there for like 15, 20 minutes. You felt good. You felt comfortable that we're going to create some good chances, legitimate chances. And, we've pretty much given up 1 or 2 opportunities for the total of the evening, and this is kind of now where we are. We're in a battle for the last 15 minutes. When, unfortunately, we couldn't put the game away.
Donkor called for a foul after the subs. You also know at this point cannot make any more changes. Bonatini against Reyes. It goes off of Bonatini, but they'll say last touch by Red Bull. Throw in. Villapando. Back to the halfway line, Dominguez. Much more chatter on the sideline with coaches. You probably hear it on our field mic. Good, clean win for Amaya. Thought late whistle. Sanabria. It's Troy Lassane you hear. Go to the ball. Trying to get Red Bull to play a little bit higher of a line defensively. Sitting back and absorbing pressure. Murillo down. Villapando against Doncourt. Good win by the 18-year-old. In space, Vanzer. Open wide right. Played an early ball in, and he will get New York a corner, which will allow some time to tick off. Up to a dozen in corners now. 79th minute, 12 in stoppage time remaining. Steve, you started with no excuse for a Red Bull team not to figure a way out of this.
Yeah.
And right now with 12 minutes remaining, I would say figure a way out of it. Storyline's the same.
Yep. It's been a reoccurring theme. Still think we have to capitalize on these set pieces. You can just look at their demeanor defensively. They're nervy.
Tolkien an in-swinger. Hits it across. Reyes lurking, but that time Urdiaga more aggressive coming off his line.
Urdiaga's, he caught it at his chest. Like, you got to run straight to the keeper. You should know and realize that he has had a struggle in this game coming off his line. Go right at him. Put pressure on him.
Nealis forward for Edelman. Edelman tackled from behind. Foul called on Chavez. Restart by Yearwood. Doncourt in for Manuel. Tried to play it back instead of maybe holding onto it. It allows possession back to San Luis. 80th minute. Sanabria around Doncourt. Leaves on for Klimowitz. Sanabria gets it back. Ball across the 18. Knocked out of danger by Yearwood. Comes to Doncourt. Trying to draw a foul. Sanabria just took it away from him. Possession here for San Luis. Sebastian Salas had checked in for San Luis a few minutes ago as well. Off the break, Vanzer open again on that right side. Isolated 1v1 with Bilbao. Vanzer rips a shot. Tried to sneak it in near post. Saved by Urdiaga. 13th corner of the game coming for New York.
Well, he created more space for himself, Dante Vanzer, than I thought he had. And again, like you said, tried to sneak it to that near post. I'd go so far as to put somebody on the keeper at this set piece right now.
Old school, right?
Yeah, just put it right in front of him. Just be a nuisance.
Tolkien has taken 12 of the 13 corners tonight, including this one. Duncan, last man back. Murillo at the halfway line for San Luis. Tolkien, a bit of a miss hit that time. That will be a goal kick for San Luis. Tolkien got too much air under it and just went high in the air and on the far side. Murillo has a step on Reyes, was waiting for Coronel to come out. He did not. And Red Bull will give a corner away.
Just have the communication and eye contact and lightly put it back and let him clear it out instead of giving up a corner.
Atlas continuing to lead Toronto 1-0. Quintero on top of Tijuana 1-0. 83rd minute we go to here. Tied at 1 between San Luis and New York. This result gets Red Bull through. Taken by Sanabria. Headed out of danger by Manuel. Out over the near sideline. Throw-in coming San Luis. Sanabria again. Again, it's headed out of danger, that time by Nealis. Sanabria, another service across. Coronel is there, lucky with Bilbao just at the 6-yard spot. Could not get much power on it.
Well, this is what happens when you don't put teams away. You give them a lifeline.
Banzer breaking forward. Looking to get New York another corner. Then commits a foul for no real reason to Dante Banzer. Got to be careful. He's already on a yellow. No more subs for New York to make. This is it for the last 7 in stoppage time. 84th minute. Bilbao to his left. Villapando. Duncan. Good read. As Doncor down the right sideline. Doncor across. Banzer inside the 18. Hits the shot. Manuel at the penalty spot couldn't get a second ball. And now that's going to allow San Luis to break out. Nealis able to stop it. That's one from Banzer that's got to be on target.
Oh, my goodness. Not to mention the fact he had Doncor right next to him. They could have easily laid it off for an easy slot in the back of the net.
Bonatini leads off Sanabria. Out of the air, Reyes. Couple of changes set to come on for San Luis. Reyes joining the attack. Banzer taking a shot. Save made at the 6-yard line by Urdiaga.
Well, we knew it was going to be interesting, and we knew it was going to be a crazy final, especially as San Luis is desperate to get 3 points here. Uh-oh.
Murillo up over the top. Get out. Cannot get to it in time. It'll be a goal kick for New York.
I was watching that replay again where mixed it up a little bit. Doncor found Dante in the middle, and man, it was Drew Yearwood who was left wide open.
Angel Zaldivar, one player who will come on, has a goal on the season, has 6 caps with the Mexican national team. He is on loan from Chivas. He will enter for Murillo. And Benjamin Galdames, number 27, will enter.
You know what that is. Get your shooters in.
Though a shootout doesn't help San Luis.
Just go for the game. Get the most offensive-minded players on the field as possible. And see what happens.
Villapando against Edelman. Here comes Sanabria. Keeps the attack going. Leaves one off. Shot from the top of the 18 by Galdames. Blocked by Tolkien. Very nervy right now. We go to the 87th minute. 4 in stoppage time remaining. San Luis pushing an extra number in the box. Sean Nealis gets ahead on it. Amaya, second header. Cleared by Tolkien. Ball will stay in towards the halfway line. Headed out by Dominguez. That helps New York. John Tolkien given a yellow card for time wasting. Three and stoppage time remaining. Throw in Atletico San Luis, tied at 1. Red Bull cannot make any more changes. San Luis, I believe, has 1 sub remaining. Sanabria upfield. Lost it for a second, but gets it back. Lamowitz, top of the 18. Looking for a return ball. Kyle Duncan will elect to not let it roll out. I thought it would have been a goal kick, but did not want to chance it. Throw in for San Luis. Reyes gets a head on it. Ball still in the box. John Tolkien is going to get called for a penalty. And it will go to the spot. And San Luis will have a chance to win it in regulation. The only way they could go through. Tolkien is arguing his case. First glance, Steve, it's a penalty, right?
He got contact. That's the unfortunate thing. He got contact, and of course he's going to sell it, but he got contact. They're going to give it every single time. Yeah, that's tough.
They are going to take a look at it, obviously. I don't think this is going to get overturned.
Yeah. A slight of contact it was. There was contact.
Can't tell you. I know who's going to take it for San Luis. This will add stoppage time as we go to the 90th minute. Villapando looking for it. Zaldivar also around it.
Well,
I mean, they're taking a look, Steve, at VAR, but it's not going to happen. They're not changing this call.
We talked about the importance of Carlos Coronel in this game. Well, it can't get any more important than right now.
Unai Bilbao, the center back, will take it. 2 goals on the year in Liga MX. 5 minutes of stoppage time as we've hit 90 on the clock, which will probably be extended. This is Carlos Coronel. You hope can come up big. Referee blows the whistle. Bilbao takes his time. Short, choppy steps, hit, save, Coronel! Coronel maybe saved Red Bull in the League's Cup with that save. Coronel, the Brazilian brick wall.
Just what does that mean in terms of momentum? If we can finish one off to going into PKs. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
What are they looking at here, Steve?
I don't know. They think he left early? Oh, no.
Play will continue.
Oh, my goodness. My heart stopped. I'm like, come on, you're killing me.
What a save by Carlos Coronel. Still time, however, for San Luis. Tolkien defending. Ball played inside the 18. Cornell comes to collect. Second minute of stoppage time. This result gets New York through. We'd have PKs to follow to see if they finish first or second in the group.
Ooh,
Good
ooh.
ball over the top for Van Zer. He's got a step. Oh, that's it. Put this to bed. Dante Van Zer, a class finish. Red Bull goes up 2-1. Next round of the League's Cup. Here you go. A save on one end, a goal on the other. Two massive plays in the span of about a minute.
Well, I'm speechless. I mean, if you could ever ask for a better way to step up after a play like that by Carlos Coronel, where it looked like Dante was a little off kilter in terms of his steps, and just found a way to get on the end of that one with his left foot, get his second goal of the evening, and give this Red Bull team a wonderful opportunity to win this little bracket.
This would push New York to 5 points. They would move ahead of New England. And as of right now, host NYCFC, we think on Thursday. And a confident Dante Van Zer. Manuel onside. Manuel trying to put the exclamation point on it, and he does. San Luis was waiting for a whistle that never came. Party time at RBA. 2 for Van Zer, 1 for Manuel. Red Bull says goodnight to Atletico San Luis.
At first, it looked like just Manuel just wanting the ball a little bit more, able to cut to his left foot, and just at the very last second, slotted into the back of the net to give this Red Bull team a 3-1 lead. And man, what incredible momentum going into the next round of this tournament.
Couple of late goals. Steve, it came from such strange circumstances, right? On the verge of utter despair, save from Cornell, and the killer instinct that Red Bull has seemingly lacked this season. They are going to take a look at that finish from Manuel. There was contact with, I believe it was Bilbao.
It looked like it was a foul in the run of play. Don't want to be a party pooper, but it kind of looked like a foul. Trying to trip them up a little bit.
Sure. Is that just incidental contact of feet
See how
coming together?
no, but he's crossing over like that. See how he crosses over, and it looks like he drags that left. But then it becomes, is it clear and obvious? And depending on, he definitely gets him. That's why he looks back, Manuel.
We are past the 5 minutes of stoppage time. Referee is going to come out and say no goal. San Luis with at least a chance still here with not much time remaining to get an equalizer, send it to PKs, but that doesn't do them any good.
They'll still make it for an interesting last minute or so here.
We're 6 into stoppage time. We're shown 5. Reyes, a head ball win. Off the restart. Sanabria mishits it. Duncan and Doncor win it back. There's your game. Into the knockout stage, the round of 32. Will New York go as they beat Atletico San Luis 2-1. A massive save from Carlos Coronel. 2 goals from Dante Banzer. And it looks like a date with NYCFC to come on Thursday.
Well, all credit to Alex Hand and Max Haley with their keys of the game. They mentioned the third one being Carlos Coronel saving the day, and that's exactly what he did today. Saved the day. He was great with the PKs last game. Here he comes up after John Tolkien PK and absolutely came up enormously for this Red Bull team to keep them alive. And it's Dante Banzer with his 2 goals that leads this team out of this group play and on to knockout round.
We will step out and take a quick break. We'll come back with a couple of highlights for you. A look at scores and a look ahead to the next round. Red Bull wins East 4, the bracket, with 5 points, 1 in front of New England. San Luis is eliminated. We're back to put a cap on it on the New York Red Bull Radio Network.
NJIT has been making student success stories since 1881 and has the rankings to show for it. Nationally, Forbes.com ranks NJIT number 1 for student upward economic mobility. U.S. News & World Report recognizes NJIT as one of America's top 50 public universities. And on the international front, Newsweek and Make Magazine call NJIT one of the top maker schools in the world. What will you make at NJIT? Learn more at njit.edu.
Red Bull fans, we've partnered with Affinity Federal Credit Union to bring you the first ever New York Red Bulls credit card. The RBNY card let you earn points to redeem for team merchandise, exclusive experiences, and more. Earn triple points when using it at Red Bull Arena, on Red members, and all sporting good purchases. Make sure you sign up today. Your club, more rewards.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Named 2023 Best Overall Brand by Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com.
Based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Look, he's walking.
Hi, congrats on the house. Happy birthday, Grandpa.
You take none of it for granted, and neither do we. At PSE&G, we're committed to your family's safety, so we want to be sure you know what to do if you smell gas. A natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. If you suspect a gas leak, leave immediately. Move far away from the property, and then call 911 or PSE&G. Remember, smell, leave, call. To learn more, visit pseg.com/gas safety.
Provident Bank believes commitment isn't something you say, it's something you do. That's why they back it up day in and day out. In checking accounts with better rewards, with lenders that understand your business needs, and by supporting teams with the most committed fans. That's why Provident Bank is proud to be the official banking partner of the New York Red Bulls and unofficially the most committed bank in the world. Learn more at provident.bank.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. Yes! Can't even sleep till I go God mode and some poor soul rage quits. Boom! So I stay up and stay fueled with a Baconator, because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad right now?
That and destroying your world.
Come on!
Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later. Got 'em.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Red Bull, a 2-1 winner tonight over Atletico San Luis. Back with Steve Jolly and engineer Paul Schrager on Matt Harmon. Let's hop into our highlights of this game. A pair of goals from Dante Banzer, a PK save from Carlos Coronel. Those are going to be your highlights. We're going to roll through them right now. Banzer's first goal coming in the 56th minute. Tolkien again. Corner number 10 for New York.
Got to put one of these away. I believe in you, J-Mod. Come on.
And get it up over that first defender, which is Maria. It's in here. And a down goal for New York. It is Dante Banzer coming near post, getting a flick in. Long time coming after many set pieces for New York. And it is a goal to put Red Bull up 1-0. Doesn't count, buddy.
Oh, my God. Come on.
Doesn't
Come on.
count.
Come on. I felt it. It was just a little delayed. You just knew it was coming, didn't you? I mean, how many times had that nice, beautiful in-swinger, so dangerous, and finally we capitalize. Matt Harmon paying for drinks on the road. I'm happy now. I love it.
It's a shame that you were one off.
No, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to give you credit for the fact you called the 2-1 result. Congratulations.
You
Just
bet the
admit that
second round.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine. It's good. It's good. Well, that was one from Van Zer. And Steve, that, as you said, long time coming because Red Bull had so many set pieces, right?
Yeah.
On the night, they finished with 13 corners. You got to put them away.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of, you felt like it was inevitable at some point, like it was just, it was one of our days. We got to take it when we get them.
That was goal number one. In between goal number one and goal number two, you want to talk about biting your fingernails? A PK called off a John Tolkien foul, put Carlos Coronel center stage, and number one came through in a big way. This is Carlos Coronel. You hope can come up big. Referee blows the whistle. Bilbao takes his time. Short, choppy steps. Hit save, Coronel! Coronel maybe saved Red Bull in the Leagues Cup with that save. Coronel, the Brazilian brick wall. As big a save, Steve, that Coronel has made all season, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that might have changed the momentum of the season for all we know. You look back in terms of, the highs and lows of a season, and for him to come up big in that specific situation, allow us to continue this tournament. I mean, I would love nothing more to look back at this a couple weeks from now and say, hey, that was the difference maker right there.
That was in a 1-1 game with Atletico San Luis, close to going up 2-1. Pretty much within the next minute later, Dante Van Zer brought the house down with this one. Second minute of stoppage time. This result gets New York through. We'd have PKs to follow to see if they finish first or second in the group. Good ball over the top for Van Zer. He's got a step. Oh, that's it. Put this to bed. Dante Van Zer, a class finish. Red Bull goes up 2-1. Next round of the Leagues Cup. Here you go. I let you have your moment there. I want full credit for that. That third round's going to be on you, too, because I let you have your moment.
I love winning. It's fun. Hopefully continue. It was like parting of the Red Sea there for him. I wasn't expecting it. So take it when we get it.
It's not been announced officially, but we can tell you that Red Bull will take on NYCFC, Steve, in the round of 32 as Atlas has knocked off Toronto. So they win East 3. NYCFC finishes in second. How convenient. Philly, DC, Red Bull, and NYCFC all in this little pot of 4 between the round of 32 and the round of 16.
Most of those teams I don't like one bit, so it's going to be fun.
Most?
Well, Philly, I'm okay.
You got a soft spot in your heart for Jimmy Curtin.
It's not even. It's like the style of play. There's a lot of similarities. I'm not saying it's a soft spot. I think you might be going a little too far there, but I'd be very happy to play like a DC United next. I'd love to beat NYC, then play Washington in the next round, and then
Washington.
I was going to call them the Commanders or something. I couldn't think of anything. It's late. I just want to go home. It's Sunday.
Paul, welcome back from your trip. I hope it was worth coming back for.
Well, that goes without saying. The result of this game.
The result of this magnitude, you mean.
As much as you guys are entertaining what was on the field, that made all the difference.
A 2-1 victory tonight for Red Bull over Atletico de San Luis. They advance into the round of 32. They will take on a familiar team. It's a derby edition of the Leagues Cup with NYCFC coming Again, all indications were that the game will be on Thursday. That will be officially announced, I'm sure, later on tonight. But that's what we were told.
It's already unofficially official.
Oh, it's up?
No, I'm just saying
okay.
it's going to be Thursday.
That's what we were told coming in.
We got a guy. We got a guy who told us.
We will go with that, and we will see you Thursday night. For all of us here on the Red Bull Radio side of things, hope you enjoyed your weekend. We enjoyed capping it off with this one. 2-1, Red Bull takes down Atletico San Luis out of Liga MX. For Steve, for Paul, this is Matt Harmon. We'll see you on Thursday night here at RBA.
Hey, Red Bulls fans, the excitement doesn't have to end just because the match does, especially if you're headed home in a 2023 Honda with features like smartphone connectivity and Honda Link technology. Visit your local Honda dealer today. Honda, official partner of the New York Red Bulls.
Red Bull side.